Welcome to our channel BioDays. In our previous session, we have learned about the blood circulation and structure of heart. Before starting the discussion about working of heart, let us see how to draw the diagram in an easy way. Remember the shape of the heart. Last time we have seen that heart is almost conical in shape. Upper part broader, lower narrow. You must remember the shape of a mango, almost like this. So this is just the outline. Remember the upper broader part we are going to draw, auricular part, and lower is the ventricular part. From upper side of the heart arises two large arteries. They are called aortae, singular aorta. From right side we see the origin of pulmonary aorta. You can show pulmonary aorta arising from right side. This pulmonary aorta soon divides into two branches, one going towards right side, another towards left side. So these are termed as right pulmonary aorta and left pulmonary aorta. Right one supplies blood to the right lung and left to the left lung. Similarly, one another aorta should be shown here, arising from left side, and these two just overlap one another. So some portions of this cannot be shown in the diagram. The aorta arising from left side is systemic aorta, turning towards left, so this one also called left systemic aorta. At the base of each aorta we see the set of three semilunar valves. From the right side, remember this one pulmonary aorta and the valve present at its base called pulmonary valve. This one systemic aorta, the valve present at its base called aortic valve or systemic valve. In the middle of the heart we can show the partition wall. This is called interventricular septum that divides the ventricular part into right and left ventricles. These chambers are thick-walled chambers. So you can draw in this way. The wall of the left ventricle is relatively more muscular. The outer boundary can be darkened now. Right ventricle less muscular in comparison to the left one. The ventricular region is now almost complete. Now come to the two auricles. The right auricles or right atria here, left auricle here. In the right auricle, we see the opening of two large veins. These are called vena cava. One superior vena cava coming from upper side and another inferior vena cava from lower side. These two vena cava open into the right auricle by separate openings. So we can show the margin of the right auricle in this way. And remember, the auricles are relatively with thinner and smooth walls. The opening of right auricle into the right ventricle is called auriculoventricular aperture, and this one is guarded by 3 membranous flaps. This is called tricuspid valve. In the wall of the right auricle, we see 2 separate openings. These are the openings of the 2 vena cava. Now come to the left auricle. When we see left auricle, remember left auricle relatively smaller than the right one. And here, once again, in the same way, with thinner walls, the left auricle. The wall of the left auricle receives 4 separate openings. These are the openings of pulmonary veins. 2 openings of right pulmonary veins, bringing blood from right lung, and 2 of the left pulmonary veins, bringing from left lung. Here we can show the 2 pulmonary veins here. These are left pulmonary veins carrying blood from left lung, and the 2 right one can be shown here. You may see in the books. These are right pulmonary veins. But remember, these 2 veins open here in the left auricle. Diagram is almost completed. Solid portions can be shaded. Thus, you can draw the diagram of heart, try and practice it. You can draw it in exam easily. Remember here, the right pulmonary artery that turns towards right passes through the back side, and this one to supply blood, in fact deoxygenated blood, to the lung of right side, and this one supplies blood to the lungs of left side. So once again, remember here the 2 auricles, upper one, and the 2 ventricles, lower one. Auricles smooth walled, having thin wall also, so thin and smooth wall auricles. Ventricles thicker and with irregular walls. In between the 2 ventricles, the partition wall very clearly seen. This partition wall, called interventricular septum, is not reaching at the apex. So the apex of the heart is formed by the left ventricle. The opening of right auricle into right ventricle guarded by 3 flaps, 3 membranous flaps named tricuspid valve. The opening of left auricle into left ventricle guarded by 2 flaps. This one called bicuspid valve or mitral valve. Similarly, 2 more sets of valves are there. One at the base of pulmonary aorta, this one called semilunar valve, aortic valve here, pulmonary valve here. Both are semilunar valves. The different branches arising from systemic aorta supply blood to different sides of the body. They arise at different points. So auricles are receiving chambers, ventricles are pumping chambers. When we say why left ventricle is with thicker walls, in fact, it has to pump the blood to distant parts of the body with more force. So this one more muscular in comparison to right ventricle. Similarly, you may ask why right auricle is larger than the left one. In fact, right auricle receives the blood from whole parts of the body while the left auricle receives the blood from the two lungs only. So the amount of the blood is more, and that's why right auricle is bigger, collecting more blood at the same time. This is all about the structure of the heart. Next remains leveling. In exam, whenever you draw the diagram, you must level it and remember the names. This one right auricle, this one left auricle. Here right ventricle, this one left ventricle. These two veins called superior vena cava and inferior vena cava. Arising from right ventricle is the pulmonary aorta. Arising from left ventricle is the systemic aorta. That's all for today. In our next video, we shall discuss the working of heart. So stay tuned for upcoming videos. Do like and share the video and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next one. Thank you.